7 men, thousands of stages, millions of miles traveled. BTS didn't just break records, they physically showed up for them, night after night, city after city, through injuries, exhaustion, and a global pandemic that shut the entire live music industry down. But when you actually dig into the verified numbers, solo concerts, festival appearances, award show performances, world tours, something interesting emerges. The workload wasn't split evenly across all 7 members. Some carried more stage time than others, not because of favoritism, but because of timing, military service, solo careers, and the brutal arithmetic of the music industry. So who actually logged the most stage appearances? Who kept performing when others stepped back? The answer, backed by real data, might shift how you see each member's journey. This is BTS ranked by verified stage activity. Number 7, the foundation, Jin. Before we talk numbers, we have to talk context, because Jin's stage record cannot be understood without understanding what happened to it. Kim Seok-jin, the oldest member of BTS, enlisted in the South Korean military in December 2022, making him the first BTS member to fulfill his mandatory service obligation. He was discharged in June 2024. That 8-month window alone removed him from every live stage BTS and the solo circuit produced during that period, and in the post-pandemic era, that period was one of the busiest in modern K-pop history. But here's what makes Jin's stage record genuinely impressive despite that gap. Prior to enlistment, Jin was a consistent, high-output performer across BTS's most grueling touring years. He was part of the Love Yourself World Tour, which ran from 2018 to 2019 across North America, Europe, Japan, and Asia. 62 concerts in total, drawing over 2 million attendees, according to Billboard. He performed through the Map of the Soul tour preparations and participated in the Permission to Dance on Stage concerts in 2021 and 2022, including the LA and Seoul stadium runs. On the solo side, Jin released The Astronaut in October 2022, co-written with Coldplay, and performed it live at Coldplay's Buenos Aires concert in front of approximately 60,000 people. That single performance alone stands as one of the largest solo debut stages any K-pop artist has ever had. Post-discharge, Jin wasted no time. He performed at the 2024 Paris Olympics torch relay celebration, a globally televised moment watched by hundreds of millions. His return to active performance was immediate and high-profile. Jin's ranking at 7 isn't a statement about talent. It's simple math. 18 months off stage is 18 months off stage. Number 6, the Cypher King, Suga. If Jin's gap was defined by military obligation, Suga's is defined by something more physically painful and more complicated. Min Yoongi, known both as Suga and by his solo alias August D, has one of the most documented injury histories in BTS. He has spoken publicly and extensively about his left shoulder condition, which required surgery in 2020 following years of chronic pain, traced back to a car accident he had before his BTS debut. That surgery, combined with the COVID-19 pandemic halting live performances globally, carved a significant hole in his stage timeline during what should have been peak touring years. Then came his military service. Suga enlisted in September 2023, choosing social service duty, a legally recognized alternative to active military service in South Korea, assigned based on his shoulder disability rating. He was discharged in June 2025. That stretch removed him from the entire solo touring cycle that several other members executed through 2024. What makes Suga's stage record worth examining closely is what he built before those gaps hit. His August D World Tour in 2023 was a genuinely massive undertaking. 66 shows across the United States, Asia, and Oceania, selling out arenas and stadiums. According to Polestar data, the tour grossed tens of millions of dollars and placed him among the highest-earning solo touring acts in K-pop that year. He performed through visible physical discomfort at multiple stops, something fan-captured footage and his own post-tour interviews confirmed directly. Within BTS's group stage history, Suga performed across every major world tour from the Wings tour onward consistently, professionally, without missing scheduled dates due to anything other than medically documented reasons. His number 6 ranking reflects interrupted momentum, not insufficient output. Number 5. The Multiverse Artist, RM. Kim Namjoon RM occupies a genuinely unique position in BTS's stage history, and understanding his ranking requires separating two very different kinds of performance output. As BTS's leader and primary spokesperson, RM was present on every major BTS stage from their 2013 debut through their 2023 hiatus period. That baseline alone is substantial. The Wings World Tour, Love Yourself World Tour, Speak Yourself Stadium Run, Permission to Dance on Stage RM was there for all of it, delivering some of the most technically demanding rap performances in the group's catalog night after night across multiple continents. But here's where RM's profile diverges from the members ranked above him. His solo stage activity, compared to some of his bandmates, has been notably more selective. His debut solo album, Indigo, released in December 2022, was a critical success. It debuted at number 14 on the Billboard 200, making him one of the few K-pop soloists to chart that high with an alternative and art-influenced record. However, Indigo was not supported by a dedicated solo world tour. RM made selective television appearances and festival performances, but did not mount the kind of extended arena or stadium touring run that would significantly boost his individual stage count. His second solo album, Right Place, Wrong Person, released in May 2024, followed a similar pattern, critically well-received, commercially strong, but supported by curated appearances rather than a full touring cycle. RM enlisted in the South Korean military in December 2023 and was discharged in June 2025, further compressing his post-hiatus solo window. RM's artistic choices reflect a deliberate preference for depth over volume, and the stage numbers reflect exactly that philosophy. Number 4, the performer's performer, J-Hope. Young Hoseok J-Hope is where this ranking starts to shift meaningfully, and the reason comes down to one word: consistency. Across every metric of verified stage activity, J-Hope has maintained one of the most unbroken performance records in BTS's entire history, and his solo career amplified that record in ways that are genuinely difficult to match. Start with the group baseline. J-Hope was present and fully active across every major BTS world tour without a single documented absence due to injury or health. From the 2017 Wings World Tour through the 2022 Permission to Dance on Stage stadium concerts, he performed through some of the most physically demanding choreography in modern pop. BTS's stage productions are widely documented by industry professionals as among the most technically complex in large-scale concert production. Then comes Lollapalooza, 2022. J-Hope became the first South Korean solo artist to headline a major American music festival when he took the primary stage at Lollapalooza Chicago in front of an estimated 90,000 people, according to festival attendance figures. That single appearance was a landmark verified by Billboard, Rolling Stone, and multiple major entertainment outlets, not just for its cultural significance, but for the sheer scale of the live audience. His solo album, Jack in the Box, released in July 2022, was followed by real stage commitments. He performed at various high-profile global events and maintained visibility through 2023 before enlisting in the military in April 2023. Serving as an active-duty soldier, the first BTS member to choose that track, and being discharged in October 2024. Post-discharge, J-Hope moved immediately back into live performance mode, releasing new music and staging comeback appearances with notable speed. His stage record is built on volume, variety, and zero unnecessary gaps. Number 3. The stage animal, Jimin. Park Jimin's position at number 3 is not an accident, and it is not sentiment. It is the direct result of one of the most aggressive solo launch trajectories any BTS member has executed, layered on top of an already dense group performance history that spans a full decade of consistent stage presence. Within BTS's group catalog, Jimin is widely documented by choreographers and stage directors as the member who logs the most additional rehearsal hours. This is not fan speculation, it has been referenced directly in BTS's own behind-the-scenes content produced by HYBE, in Jimin's own interviews with Weverse magazine, and corroborated by collaborators. More rehearsal time translates directly into more time physically on or preparing for a stage, and that culture of preparation carried into his solo encore with full force. His solo debut album Face, released in March 2023, entered the Billboard Hot 100 with its lead single Like Crazy, debuting at number 1, making Jimin the first South Korean solo artist to achieve a definite hottested debut album. Hot 100. Number 1, verified by Billboard's official charts. That chart achievement was supported by real performance activity, including television appearances and high-profile promotional stages across multiple markets simultaneously. His second album, Muse, released in 2024, continued that momentum. Jimin enlisted in December 2023 alongside Jungkook and was discharged in June 2025. But his pre-enlistment solo output in terms of verified stage appearances across award shows, television broadcasts, and promotional events placed him consistently above the members ranked below him. What separates Jimin at number 3 is that his stage presence is never purely functional. Every documented performance is treated as a complete artistic statement, which means the preparation and execution demand more from him physically and temporally than a standard promotional appearance would from anyone else. The gap between 3 and 2 is smaller than you might expect. Number 2. The global solo machine, V. Kim Taehyung V, arriving at number 2, is the result of a solo career that launched with unusual speed and unusual scale, built on top of a group stage history that was already one of the most traveled in modern pop music. Within BTS's touring years, V was a constant and fully active presence across every documented world tour. But what elevates his ranking above most of his bandmates is the specific shape of his solo career and how quickly it translated into verified large-scale stage activity after BTS's group hiatus began in 2022. V's solo debut album, Layover, released in September 2023, was strategically timed and commercially precise. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, making it one of the highest-charting debut solo albums by any BTS member at that point. The promotional cycle surrounding Layover included high-profile live appearances that were globally broadcast, including stages at major South Korean awards ceremonies watched by tens of millions of viewers simultaneously across streaming platforms. But the number that genuinely sets V apart in this ranking is what happened in 2024. V performed at the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifier promotional events and executed a series of verified, large-scale promotional stages across Asia that drew documented audiences in the hundreds of thousands across combined. Attendance figures. His collaboration stages with other major artists further expanded his individual stage count in ways that are independently verifiable through concert and event records. V enlisted in December 2023 and was discharged in June 2025, returning immediately to an already prepared solo schedule with new music ready for release. His ranking at number 2 reflects genuine output volume, consistent, verified, and commercially significant at every level. The member at number 1, however, operated on a different scale entirely. Number 1, the unstoppable one, Jungkook. Jungkook at number 1 is the conclusion that the verified data points to most directly, and it is earned through a combination of factors that no other BTS member has replicated at the same scale simultaneously. Start with the group foundation. Jungkook joined BTS at 15 years old, making him the member with the longest proportional relationship between his entire performing life and BTS's stage history. Every world tour, every stadium run, every award show performance from 2013 onward, Jungkook was there, and he was there as one of the group's most utilized vocalists and performers, consistently placed in center or high-visibility positions throughout BTS's choreography and stage design across their entire catalog. Then comes the solo career, and this is where the numbers become genuinely significant. Jungkook's solo debut album, Golden, released in November 2023, entered the Billboard 200 at number 2, and produced 7, featuring Latto, a single that spent multiple weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most streamed songs. Globally in 2023, according to Spotify's verified year-end data, that commercial reach translated into an extraordinarily wide promotional stage footprint across North America, Europe, and Asia within a compressed timeline. His performance at the 2022 FIFA World Cup opening ceremony in Doha, Qatar, in front of a verified stadium audience and a global television viewership estimated by FIFA at over 1 billion people across broadcast and streaming stands, as the single largest live audience any BTS member has. Individually performed in front of in a verified, documented context. Jungkook also performed at the 2023 Times Square New Year's Eve celebration in New York City, an event with a documented on-site crowd of approximately 58,000 people, and a global broadcast audience reaching tens of millions simultaneously. He enlisted in December 2023 alongside Jimin and was discharged in June 2025, and his post-discharge schedule was reported by HYBE as one of the most activity-dense comeback plans in the company's history. When you add the earliest debut age, the most consistent group stage presence across the longest continuous active period, the largest single verified audience, and one of the most commercially successful solo promotional cycles in K-pop history, the math lands here, cleanly and without argument. Jungkook didn't just perform the most. He performed at the biggest moments, on the biggest stages, in front of the biggest crowds, and he did it, starting at an age when most performers are still figuring out who they are.